Happy Halloween, Utah Valley and UNLV going at it tonight at Clyde Field. Utah Valley coming into this one looking for a victory in the first home game in 3 weeks, and UNLV looking to play spoiler next on UVU TV. Welcome to beautiful Utah Valley University, Clyde Field to be exact, for tonight's WAC matchup between the visiting Rebels of UNLV and the hometown Wolverines of Utah Valley University. Hello everybody, I'm Brandon Crow. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Thursday evening. Happy Halloween. For those of you who are not out trick-or-treating, we hope to have lots of treats with no tricks tonight at Clyde Field. A good matchup for you tonight. Utah Valley and UNLV, both teams in different spectrums in the standings for the Western Athletic Conference, but yet both teams still have something to prove. If we take a look at the conference standings, Utah Valley right now is sitting in second place, and then right there toward the bottom of the pack, UNLV. UNLV is on the outside looking in right now, and they need the points. All the points that they can get is going into the conference tournament. UNLV trying to get a final spot in the conference tournament. And one of the big key factors for Utah Valley heading into this season and into this game has been all-star Blake Frischnecht. Frischnecht has 9 goals on the season, and he is tied with UNLV's all-star of their own, but he has been absolutely fantastic this season, and he right now the 9 goals is currently tied for a all-time school university record here at Utah Valley, so he looks to try and break that double-digit mark, and he is also nationally ranked. Fantastic dance moves as well. Timo Milish as UNLV's Blake Frischnecht, 9 goals, both of them lead the WAC. They are tied together, both of them looking for that 10th goal on the season, and he has just been an absolute rocket for this offensive power force of UNLV. But on the downside, he has not had a lot of backing around him, and if they take away Milish from UNLV, their offense will be very lacking. So tonight, Utah Valley looks to try and keep Timo Milish in check, and they look to try and get a victory of their own on Halloween tonight. UNLV and Utah Valley coming up next on UVU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from DNA analysis to animal behavior, there is a place for you at UVU. A place to rise, to engage, to succeed, to become.
If we can see things for what they are,
if we can see what they could be. If the plastic we use, we never throw away. If the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's one death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters, and friends.
Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome to Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University for tonight's WAC matchup between the Rebels of UNLV and the Wolverines of Utah Valley University. The Green Men group with the costumes on, trying to stay warm, yet still provide the rhythm that Wolverine team right there would love and has loved to have here at Clyde Field in the past. Taking a look at the starters for Utah Valley, your starting 11. Mitch Jensen, Ahmed Longmire, Alec Felix, Sterling, Pendleton John, Zach Moss, Blake Frischnecht, Luis Vargas, Caleb White, McKay Eves, Mark Brown, and Luis Garza. On the other side, for the Rebels, your starting 11. Lucas Betts, Jake Meekum, Marco Gonzalez, Billy Jones, Nico Clayson, Timo Mellish, Bailey Leatherman, John Lynham, Nick Williams, Tyler Allen, and James Dry. UNLV will be starting this first half going from left to right as you see it and as we see it, wearing the white with the red stripe jerseys and the black numbers. And Utah Valley will be going from right to left as you see it and as we see it in their home third jerseys, the black, the midnight black with the neon green trim. Game time temperatures as of right now about 35 degrees. Expected about halftime or so to dip below 30. But game on! UNLV and Utah Valley here at Clyde Field in Orem, Utah on this Halloween evening. And I'm sure we promise no tricks up our sleeves. Hopefully all treats. Utah Valley right now sits in second place with 15 total points behind Seattle U, which defeated Utah Valley on Sunday in overtime up in Seattle. The Redhawks right now, they got a firm grasp on first place in the conference with 22 total points. And UNLV is on the outside looking in, just like they are right here on the pitch, switching things up. Play this one in well out of play, and Mitch Jensen will get a goal kick. Utah Valley comes into this matchup with a 5-3-0 record in conference play, and UNLV comes into this one with a 3-4-1 record in conference play. Blake Frischnecht and Timo Mellish Two very similar players, very electric. Utah Valley's Blake Frischnecht, UNLV's Timo Melish. Both are tied for the WAC lead in goals with 9 apiece, and both looking to get that double-digit mark. Blake Frischnecht right now is tied for the school record in a single season. Taking a look at Mitch Jensen, who's extra prepared tonight with that collar. When asked right before the game if he got that as an Adidas special, he said no, he got it off of Amazon because he was desperate. He couldn't find any other warm clothes for tonight. And as hot as he is on the pitch for Utah Valley, he hopes to keep his body that warm as well. Been fantastic behind the post and a stalwart and a captain back there that Coach Greg Moss has attributed a lot of his team's success to. The general between the posts is Mitch Jensen. Blake Frischnecht, the intended target there for Utah Valley. Brown wins it back. Frischnecht still with it for the Wolverines. Frischnecht gets his pocket picked by UNLV. And the Rebels now in Utah Valley territory. Rebels now switching up, coming to the near side. Looking and finding Tyler Allen. Tyler Allen going 1v1, trying to cut through the box. Kicked away by Longmire. Great touch there by Vargas. Headed down right in front of him. Vargas penetrates inside the box. Vargas trying to lay this one off. Nobody there to put it in for Utah Valley. But a fantastic header to keep it in front of himself by Vargas. First real scenes of action. The first 4 minutes of the match. White intercepts now for Utah Valley. Tries to chip it upfield, looking for Vargas again. Now Brown comes in from the backside, gets deflected, goes down, draws a free kick for the Wolverines. Zach Moss will take the free kick honors for the Wolverines in the 5th minute. Moss has been very accurate, very deadly. The lone goal scorer for the Wolverines on Sunday in Seattle. Moss sets it up, swings this one into the box. Headed up in the air by Frischnecht. Punched out by Betts. And UNLV has it. Moss finds himself with it for Utah Valley. Utah Valley switching it. Blake Frischnecht with the dummy. There's a curler! What a goal to start things off in the 5th minute! Luis Garza, 1-0 Utah Valley. Some early Clydefield magic. Blake Frischnecht with the dummy to let it go through. And Garza with the beautiful placement. Curls it right past the diving Lucas Betts. Nothing Betts could do. That's beautiful from all angles. And a great way to start this final homestead for Utah Valley. Luis Garza puts the Wolverines on top 1-0 in the 5th. They're going to credit Brown with the assist, and what a beautiful pass that was. Blake Frischnecht lurking again. He wants that 10th goal. He wants to lead the WAC Betts decides to come to the near side. UNLV pushing it up. Utah Valley now intercepts. Moss goes down. Referee says play on. Moss gets taken off the ball and a foul is called against Utah Valley. And for that angle, you can really see that bend that Garza put on it. And Betts really was in no man's land, even though he read it the right way just a couple seconds too late. Garza was able to curl that one in. Luis Garza's first goal on the season. And what a beauty. Utah Valley love playing at home so far on the season. The last 2 games that they had just a couple weeks ago against CSU Bakersfield, California Baptist. Utah Valley successful in both of them. 2-0 against CSU Bakersfield and 1-0 against California Baptist. Whistle is called against Utah Valley. It'll set up the first corner kick of the match, and the first corner kick for the Rebels. Nico Clayson will do the honors. Jensen setting everybody up. Here's the in-swinger. Going toward that far post and too far for his teammates. Jensen will watch this go out of play and he'll take it for a goal kick. Mitch Jensen's beautiful goal kick, high into the sky, coming down in UNLV territory. UNLV takes it. Jensen with 5 shutouts so far on the season for the Wolverines. This one last touch by Garza, the goal scorer, out of play. Be a throw-in for the Rebels. Garza pokes it away just enough to force UNLV a little bit backwards. Now the Rebels trying to find a counter. Inside the box now, the Rebels. Shake and bake move right at Jensen, who scoops it up with ease. Take another look at that. Beautiful move to get inside the box there was Leatherman, but right at Jensen. Leatherman with the ball up. Pennison John will play it all the way back to Jensen. A little sketchy of a play there. Jensen in desperation mode kicks it out. Too close for comfort for the Wolverines. Allen throws it in for the Rebels. Now down by the byline. Played back up top. And eventually all the way back to Allen again. Now Williams for the Rebels. Now they're going to go to the near side. This time Garza steps in front. Can't take it away quite away. Leatherman. Lays it out for Clayson. Clayson switches up the field. Goes on the left-hand side. UNLV trying to catch the Wolverines off guard. UNLV sizes up a shot right at Jensen. So right after Utah Valley's goal, The Rebels come right down the field and put up 2 shots on Jensen, force him to make a move. And this is a beautiful angle from right behind the goal as you see the bend on it. Couldn't bend enough to shake Jensen. Foul is called on the other side. This one against UNLV would be a free kick in a very dangerous spot for the Wolverines. We've seen Blake Frischnecht and company make from this distance before, as you see Frischnecht discussing this one with his teammate Zach Moss. And could this be the setting where Blake Frischnecht scores his 10th and WAC leading goal of the season? We'll see who will do the honors. Moss, Brown, and Frischnecht. Moss lays it off. Frischnecht with the blast! Barely touched over the biz. Lucas Betts punches it over. That was a heat-seeking missile heading straight toward the back of the net. Frischnecht curling and bending. Betts just barely gets enough on it to poke it over.
Wolverine corner.
Very clever play there by the Wolverines. Here's another set piece. In swinger, this one headed away by the Rebels. White on his horse. Has it over in the corner. White turns, curls this one in toward the 6, headed up in the air, and safely into the hands of Lucas Betts. Now Betts on the ground to the left-hand side, trying to start a counterattack going forward. Meekum. Now to the near side, Leatherman. And flag is up. Offsides is the call against the Rebels. After 2 very nice saves, Lucas Betts coming up with the save of the match so far. .13th minute, Utah Valley on top of UNLV 1-0, courtesy of a Luis Garza bender in the 5th. Curled right around Betts. Timo Melish was on the ground. The injured Rebel. He was holding his head, so the referee stopped the play anytime there's an injury involving the head whatsoever, as we take another look and see exactly what happened here. Both he and Felix go up for it. Some contact is made. Melish goes down. Timo Melish, the senior, again, who is tied with Blake Frischnecht for the lead in WAC goals with 9. More gamesmanship being played here. Head coach Rich Ryerson signaling with his hand up to Coach Moss after that last play being made. Now UNLV trying to find an equalizer here. Just shy of a quarter of an hour passed here at Clyde Field. Utah Valley again on top 1-0. Thank you to a Luis Garza goal in the 5th, assisted by Brown and Frischnecht. Frischnecht with the dummy, Brown with the cross sent over across the top of the box, and Garza with the beautiful placement. That is what separates these two squads. Again, UNLV looking for all the points that they can find. They're on the outside looking in, heading into the conference tournament in a couple weeks. And with the last 2 weeks, this and next being the last weeks of regular conference season play. The Rebels have 10 points, are in 9th place. And they also travel to Air Force on Saturday. So they play their final 3 games on the road, wrapping up the regular conference season on November 9th at Grand Canyon. So no easy tasks whatsoever for the Rebels. UNLV goes down in the box. Referee says play on. Rebels looking to attack here. They put a shot up off of the top of the crossbar and over Mitch Jensen's head. Fantastic shot by the Rebels. Froze Mitch Jensen, and all he could do was watch that hit the top of the woodwork. Clayson sizes it up. Hits the white post. Another great angle here. Just a few inches lower, we would have a tie ball game. Utah Valley's trying to let loose Blake Frischneck. Great defense there by UNLV. Kicked out of play, be a throw-in for the Wolverines. Again, Blake Frischneck, we mentioned, looking for his 10th goal on the season. Right now, he's also tied for 2nd in the country with 5 game winners. And his 9 goals are tied for a single season record at Utah Valley. White with a 2-handed toss. Headed up in the air, backhander there by Frischneck. That would have been something fancy. Right into the hands of Betts. Here come the Wolverines in Utah. Moss plays it back to Felix. Felix going to switch up the field. Peniston John, beautiful touch. Keeps it in front of him. Eves, back to Felix again in the circle. And Eves comes to the near side. Garza. Felix. Garza. And Garza switches it to Longmire. And Longmire pushes it upfield. Now back to Longmire again for the Wolverines. A good recovery there by Utah Valley. Keeps it in their possession. Vargas. Felix. Frischneck heading it down. Vargas lays it back for Frischneck. Frischneck showing off his speed. Frischneck going 1v1 at the defender. Goes down. Referee says all ball. White lets this one play all the way to Jensen. Headed back by Eves. Jensen gets back in his spot right as UNLV settles down with their possession. Fouls called against the Wolverines. Free kick opportunity here in the 19th minute for the Rebels. Nineteenth minute. Free kick coming in for the Rebels. Headed back upfield. Utah Valley has it in full possession. Garza in full sprint. Has Blake Frischneck to his left. Instead tries to go right. A miss hit there as he was looking for Zach Moss, and Blake Frischneck a little frustrated, knowing he had space, had room. White. Brown. Felix. Vargas. Eves right in the middle of the logo. Chipping this one forward. Flag stays down for Frischneck. Frischneck can't get around the defender. Tyler Allen doing a great job to stave off Blake Frischneck. Allen still with it for the Rebels. If you're just now joining us, 1-0 Utah Valley on top, courtesy of a Luis Vargas goal in the 5th minute. UNLV has had a couple shots that tested Mitch Jensen. One even went off the top of the crossbar. Still looking for the equalizer. Moss for the Wolverines. Moss zigzags his way through a couple defenders. Eves, Moss again, now to the near side. Peniston John. Peniston John to Garza. Moss. Peniston John. A little too far for Moss. This goes right into the feet of UNLV. That was a good look there by the Rebels and Nico Clausen. On the ground to Frischneck. Frischneck now to Garza. Garza was trying to chip it for Zach Moss, who was offsides, who went right back onside and let that ball foul back to the Rebels. Allen on the near side. And they go to Allen. Tyler Allen for the Rebels. Slides it down. And Lynham, not enough venom on it. As Jensen scoops it up with ease. '23rd minute here at Clyde Field. Still 1-0, Wolverines on top. Both teams have had their fair share of opportunities after the Garza goal in the 5th. Betts coming up with the save of the match so far for UNLV. Vargas goes down, draws a foul against the Rebels. The Rebels will look to call upon Betts yet again here. Vargas spinning, trying to go around 2 defenders. Gets contact, draws that contact. Timo Melish is a guilty party. Garza looking for goal number 2. Beautiful curler. This one right at Betts, however. Betts rolls it in front of him to Allen. Allen switches it up, goes to Clausen. Brown trying to kick it over himself, instead kicks it out of play. '24th minute, Utah Valley and UNLV. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Halloween evening on the WAC Digital Network and UVU TV. All of our hardworking staff behind the scenes, braving the elements, the camera crew. Again, game time temperature is about 34 degrees right now, about 32. Good thing is, for those familiar with this area, know that the wind gusts at this time can be brutal. But as of right now, there's absolutely no wind. Moss for the Wolverines. Looking upfield, finds Vargas. Vargas looking for Garza. Instead, Betts comes and intercepts. Every time UNLV tries to find themselves with the counter, or trying to speed it up and get past Utah Valley, the Wolverines are right there to do exactly what Vargas just did. Step in front and take it away. Longmire switches it up. White. White looking for his target. Sees Zach Moss. Moss trying to anticipate that ball going past the defender. Betts will throw it out. Brown, again, solid defending there for Utah Valley. A burst of speed on the outside for UNLV. Gives way for a corner kick, a first official corner kick. The last corner kick for the Rebels ended up being just a free kick just barely outside that half circle. Nico Klassen will take the corner. Klassen curling this one in. Down on the ground, dangerous opportunity. Rebels calling for a handball, and it was cleared by the Wolverines. UNLV is going to try and play this one right back in. Gonzalez. Klassen trying to keep it in play. And Jensen will keep it in play at the byline, taking a little bit more clock. Longmire looking upfield, finds his target. Vargas with the athletic play to try and save it, and he does as he kicks it off of UNLV. Felix keeps it Wolverine ball. Vargas is taken away by the Rebels. And Vargas tries to win the ball right back. A little bit too hard of a touch there, says head referee Omid Ozadbu. Coming up on the half-hour mark in the contest. A little over 15 minutes or so left in this first half. Here comes UNLV. Deflected off of Utah Valley. And Utah Valley, can they get out in front of UNLV? They have some numbers. Peniston John with it now. Lays it off to the left-hand side for Frischnecht. Frischnecht stepping over, goes to his right. Frischnecht trying to chip it on the outside. Utah Valley has it. Great piece of defending there by Betts. Another opportunity for the Wolverines. Team defense by the Rebels. Melee in the box. Referee with no whistle. Finally, a whistle is called in favor of the Rebels. Take another look at the mayhem here. Moss is on the floor trying to get the ball. Gets up, has a touch, and falls down. And here come the Rebels. Last touch by the Wolverines. Leatherman lays it back. Allen, Leatherman again. Taken away by the Wolverines this time. Frischnecht. Eves switches up the field for the Wolverines. Vargas pulls it back. Now Brown. Brown trying to chip it back to Vargas. Instead played all the way back. Now Felix has it. Longmire switches it up to White. Caleb White going to take it himself and go upfield. Garza. Finds Moss. Back to Garza. Garza with the chip. Frischnecht back toward goal. Frischnecht with the turn. Frischnecht in the box. And chipped high and outside. I think Frischnecht had more time than he thought he did. If he took just even a half a second, maybe a second longer, he could have had a more composed finish. He spins, creates that space, and pulls the trigger, just shanks it. '31st minute. Utah Valley on top of UNLV 1-0. Vargas with the step overs. Vargas zigzagging his way through defenders. Kicked away from Betts. And they're going to call a foul against Utah Valley. Whistle against the Wolverines as Billy Jones is down and gets helped up by his teammates for the Rebels. Some fresh legs coming into the match. Take another look at it there. Skylar Gu waiting in the wings for UNLV. Becca Rice, Leo Fuchs, Zaire Vasquez also waiting to come into the match for Utah Valley. '32nd minute here at Clyde Field in Orem, Utah. Brandon Crow with you here on UVU TV and the WAC Digital Network.
Wolverine substitutions.
And substitutions
13,
coming in now.
Vargas, number 19.
Again, Skylar Gu coming in for the Rebels. Stepping off the pitch is John Lynham.
Number
Becca
17.
Rice, Leo Fuchs, and Zaire Vasquez coming onto the match for the Wolverines. For Luis Garza, McKay Eves, and Luis Vargas.
Then on their side is 13 for 17.
Peniston John and Jensen will watch it go out of play as Gu with the intended target with his fresh legs coming right on the pitch for the Rebels. '33rd minute, Jensen with the goal kick. High booming one at that. Briefly touched by Blake Frischnecht and taken right back. Now Becca Rice with Frischnecht again. Frischnecht still with it. Frischnecht in the box trying to get around Betts. Kick save by Betts. Corner kick coming for the Wolverines. Blake Frischnecht like a shark in the water with the drop of blood. Anytime he gets the ball inside the box within inches, he is deadly and will attack.
Wolverine corner.
Moss sets up the corner for the Wolverines. Moss sends this one to the outside post. Headed up in the air by UNLV, and a foul is called against Utah Valley. And I believe the referee is pulling Caleb White aside to have a talking to with him. Looked like Billy Jones was the recipient of Caleb White's body in the air. About 10 minutes left here in the first frame. Again, Utah Valley on top, 1-0 of UNLV. Luis Garza, the goal scorer for the Wolverines. His goal in the 5th, his first goal this season. That man right there with the assist on that goal. Now UNLV trying to catch Utah Valley to counter, but quickly Alec Felix has plans of his own. Felix trying to tee this one up. Deflected. Frischnecht again finds his way through defense. Frischnecht on the ground. This one intercepted, taken away by the Rebels. Fancy footwork there by Miko to create his own space for the Rebels. Now right in the center circle, Leatherman. Tyler Allen now has it for the Rebels on the near side. Playing it back. Clausen. Flag is up. Offsides against the Rebels. Jensen calling for his teammates to speed it up a little bit. Frischnecht with the header, looking for Leo Fuchs, instead kicked away by the back line. Becca Rice now for the Wolverines. Leo Fuchs. Now Ahmed Longmire. Peniston John. Peniston John's pass taken away by Allen for the Rebels. Allen, every time he gets the ball, looking for help. Can't find his candy cane teammates. Clausen switches it up, goes left-hand side. Flag stays down. Brown was calling for an offsides. Longmire kicks it out of play. And a whistle is called, a push against UNLV. Omida Zampo, the head official, called the foul. As Jensen gets set for another goal kick. And a brief stoppage in the foreground. As Brown ties his shoe and switches up his shin guards. Brown's all good to go. Clock keeps on ticking. And Jensen with another goal kick. Felix, the recipient. And Felix gets pushed from behind. And I think the referee will pull out a card for this one. And he does. First booking of the match comes on Timo Melish. Timo Melish coming in hard on Felix.
No, he didn't. He came from the side. What are you talking about? You really came on the side together. They're challenging for the same ball.
As you can hear the discussion in the background, Coach Ryerson saying that that was coming from the side, but looked like that was pretty direct behind Felix. As a referee, you can't please everybody. What a tough job that must be. This one chipped in toward the top of the box, headed away by the Rebels.
He's having a good time. You're having a good chuckle, too. You're having a good chuckle. For your $125, you're having a good laugh. Yeah? Sit down now. What are you talking? Is he? Hey.
38th minute. And Utah Valley offsides. Blake Frischnecht, the intended target.
On those free kicks, have Zach take those. Why is it personal with this guy? We don't need to be personal with him. Sunday league on Sunday.
UNLV playing it all the way back to Betts now. Betts lays it off. Now Allen, who plays it back to Betts. Betts now plays it upfield. Headed up in the air by Longmire. White with the header. Nice meg there by Vasquez. Peniston John fights off a defender or two as well. Koo. Now White's going to take his time. Switch up the field, go to Longmire. Moss plays it back to Longmire. Frischknecht with the header looking for Fuchs. Vasquez steps away to win this one back for the Wolverines. Frischknecht chips it back to Vasquez. Back to Frischknecht, back to Moss. Longmire. Up the field, Leo Fuchs onside. Leo Fuchs has a touch. Fuchs pulls this one back. Fuchs in the box to Moss with the one-time goal! Zach Moss with the goal. 41st minute, Wolverines on top, 2-0. Beautiful play by Fuchs. Moss with the one-time chip shot right through the diving arms of Betts. It's beautiful in all angles. Moss with the one-time, no deflection there, and right through. Betts can only look on in despair. 4th goal on the season. 2nd consecutive game with a goal of Zach Moss. And the Wolverines are on top in the 41st. Now UNLV
Wolverine
with a free kick in a
scored by
dangerous
number
spot
7,
trying to strike
Zach Moss. The number 30,
before we reach
assist.
halftime. 41st minute. Clausen with the left boot, headed up in the air and over the goal. And a corner kick for the Rebels. Swung in toward the outside post. Headed up and away by UNLV. I beg your pardon, sometimes this below freezing temperature frees up the tongue and the lips a little bit here. Zach Moss, again the goal scorer, made it 2-0 in favor of the Wolverines. We have a substitution in the background. Coming off the match is Marco Gonzalez for UNLV. And stepping on is Chilo Sanchez. Jensen headed in the air now by Frischknecht. Kick back downfield by UNLV. Gu. Peniston John wins this battle. Vasquez now for the Wolverines. Vasquez finds Peniston John, taken away briefly by UNLV. Felix, nice ball in full stride to Vasquez. Zaire Vasquez has Zach Moss again to his left, chips it upfield, finds it back himself. Vasquez, now to Becca Rice. Rice with the step over, creates some space. Zach Moss trying to find Frischknecht in the box. And this will go out of play. Last touch by UNLV for a Wolverine throw-in in the 43rd. Brown looking for some help. Finds Moss. Plays it back to Brown. Brown with the chip. Fuchs' header. Deflected off of Becca Rice. Felix. Frischknecht with a beautiful touch. Ooh, dangerous look there from Frischknecht. Felix with the Karate Kid move to keep it in play. And Frischneck one touch with the left foot to create a space and gets the bounce off the ground just too high. A few minutes remain here in the first half. Utah Valley on top 2-0. First goal coming in the 5th from Luis Garza, assisted by Brown and Frischneck. And the second coming in the 40th, just moments ago, by Zach Moss, a one-timer off the assist of Leo Fuchs. And Fuchs gets upended. Take another look at the replay here. Not a lot of ball being touched at all. And Fuchs gets upended. Final 30 seconds left in the first half. And a free kick pending here for the Wolverines. Longmire plays it to the near side. Peniston John. Peniston John now to Vasquez. Vasquez steps over. About 13 seconds remain in the first.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Brown.
6,
Last-ditch effort here by the Wolverines in the box.
3, 2,
and that's how the first half is going to end. Utah Valley on top in the first 45. 2-0 over the Rebels of UNLV. Again, Garza with the goal in the 5th and Moss with the goal in the 40th. Fantastic ones at that. Still got another 45 minutes left to go. Both UNLV and Utah Valley playing in frigid weather. Utah Valley has just put 2 behind Betts in the back of the net. We're going to take a quick break, reassess, try and warm up a little bit here. But we'll be right back with more on UView TV and the WAC Digital Network.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices. The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Welcome back, everybody, to Clyde Field on the campus of Utah Valley University. Happy Halloween again for those who are taking the wonderful time to be with us on this Thursday evening. It's a chilly Thursday evening, about 34 degrees at game time start. Right now, about 31 degrees. But Utah Valley warmed themselves up on the pitch very early with a 1-goal lead and then followed quickly by a Zach Moss goal. So Utah Valley leads at the half 2-0. As we take a look at the WAC standings, again, Utah Valley in that number 2 spot, needing all the points that they can get as well, heading into the final couple weeks of this conference before conference tournament next week. And UNLV right down there toward the end of the pack, outside looking in, they sit with 10 points, and they're trying to get themselves in a good position as well. WAC scoreboard, a crazy one between Grand Canyon and Air Force, 3-3 already in that game. And a big docket tomorrow, 4 matches in the conference. CSUB Kansas City, California Baptist, Houston Baptist, San Jose State, and UTRGV, and then Seattle U and Incarnate Word. Utah Valley will, after this match, come back on Saturday here at home to take on Grand Canyon. So we will take another break and be right back here with the second half on UVU TV.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you. Place for you at UVU. Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
To become.
Buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it. Get more vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com.
You've got to come and see us in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Everybody's all bundled up looking like mummies out here on Halloween. It is freezing. It's 32 degrees at halftime, but Utah Valley very comfortably right now sitting in the tents. 2-0 is their lead on top of the Rebels of UNLV. And we had some fireworks starting early in this first half from Luis Garza as we see the pass from Brown. Brown, Frischneck with the dummy, and Garza with the beautiful curler right past Betts. But then UNLV came right back and forced Miss Jensen to make a couple saves. That was the first of a couple in a barrage by the Rebels. That was the second. And then UNLV had a shot even go off the top of the crossbar. Right there, the woodwork looked like Mitch Jensen was beat for a split second. You can almost see the sigh of relief there. And then this beauty right to Zach Moss, the one-timer from Leo Fuchs. And that is just picture perfect there. And you can see the disappointment by Betts on the floor as he sees that goal deficit double. Utah Valley again on top, 2-0 in the first half. Utah Valley outshot the Rebels 10-3, but ironically enough, UNLV had 6 shots on goal to UVU's 5. Both teams had 2 corner kicks. Mitch Jensen had a couple saves, and still, in my opinion, Lucas Betts has 2 of the best saves of the match. One came on a diving screamer of the top of the box. The other one was a kick save on the near corner there against Blake Frischneck. Fouls, 6 and 9, so 15 fouls. A little chippy out there. And we'll see if temperatures drop, if the tempers will drop as well. But again, we will take another quick break and get right back here for the second half next on UVU TV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from DNA analysis to animal behavior, there is a place for you at UVU. A place to rise, to engage, to succeed, to become.
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens out. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's 1 death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
Fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters,
and friends. Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Both teams back out on the pitch, trying to get things warm as we start the second half here in Orem, Utah. On the campus of Utah Valley University, Brandon Crow with you here on UVU TV and the WAC Digital Network. Utah Valley on top at the break, 2-0. Utah Valley's goal is coming in the 5th minute and in the 40th minute. The 5th minute goal coming from Luis Vargas, and then the 40th minute goal coming from Zach Moss. UNLV right now trying to stay pumped up and trying to stay motivated. Like we mentioned before, earlier in this broadcast, UNLV right now, they're on the outside looking in as we are in the final 2 weeks of conference play, heading into the conference tournament in a couple weeks, middle of November. The Rebels have 10 points and are in 9th place, and they travel after this to Air Force for a Saturday afternoon contest. And then the Rebels will finish up on the road at Grand Canyon next week. And on the flip side for Utah Valley, this is the first time in quite some time, really, according to Coach Moss, that they've been able to finish off their conference play at home. I believe it is the first time on record that the Wolverines will have their final 3 matches at home to finish the conference. And so they take a lot of pride, the Wolverines do, in playing here at Clyde Field and playing in front of their faithful. And even though the weather is very frightful on this Halloween evening, there are a lot of fans who are still here in support. And Zach Moss, again, his one-time goal, the beauty in the 40th, put the Wolverines on top 2-0. There's a good shot of the fans, braving the elements. I wonder how many of those fans have their own personal heaters out there. But Utah Valley will have the ball to start the second half. Again, the Wolverines in their midnight third jerseys, the blacks with the neon green trim, and the the UNLV Rebels in the candy cane white and red stripes. Utah Valley going from left to right as you see it and we see it to start the second half. And the Rebels will be going from right to left. Utah Valley again outshot UNLV in that first half by a significant margin. And UNLV trying to close the gap on that, trying to make this second half much more relevant and much more impactful than the first. Becca Rice, who was a late first half substitution, stays on the pitch for Utah Valley. And this one's played all the way back to Jensen. Jensen up the field. Headed back toward Utah Valley territory by the Rebels. Now Peniston John with it on the left-hand side for the Utah Valley Wolverines. Chips it to nobody at home. Blake Frischnick came back toward ball as Peniston John played that forward. Miscommunication there. Betts, again the goalkeeper, who has the 2 saves of the game. Could very easily be 4-0 at this moment. Betts keeping it 2-0. Good communication, good ball movement so far to start the second half by UNLV. Rebels fighting to keep possession. Good one-time passing here by the Rebels. Gonzalez. Now Mellish. Mellish back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to switch it up now. This one swung back in toward the top of the box. Nobody home for UNLV. Becca Rice with it for the Wolverines. Chips it to his left and too far for Zaire Vasquez. Peniston John with the header upfield for Utah Valley. Wolverines lose possession to the Rebels. Brown with the header down as they take it back. Now Utah Valley does. Now the Rebels in Utah Valley territory. Peniston John with the header up in the air. Dangerous area as he comes in to recover. UNLV still with it, however. There's Mellish. Mellish trying to cut to his right. Becca Rice dispossesses for the Wolverines. Becca Rice keeps it. Now Vasquez has it. Vasquez trying to split a couple defenders, gets tripped and goes down. Free kick for the Wolverines. Another talking to by the official here from Mellish, already on a yellow card. And a little grab. Mellish on your left-hand side there, number 8. Sticks his leg out. Vasquez goes down. Moss looking for Frischneck. Frischneck kicks it up in the air. Felix corrals it. Felix on the ground to the left of Betts. Good idea there to lay it off by Blake Frischneck to Alec Felix. Felix with the one touch to keep it down and just pulled wide right. Brown goes down, draws the foul. And again, this one against UNLV, against Gould. Longmire. Longmire taking his time, finally gets it up in the air. Looking for Frischneck, who heads it down. Zach Moss coming in. And eventually played back to Betts, whose goal kick is taken by Brown in midair. Now played over to Becca Rice. Rice on the ground looking for Fuchs. Fuchs shielded his defender to create enough body space. Referee says play on. Felix takes it away again for the Wolverines. The intended target there for UNLV, Martinez Serrano. Now the Rebels have numbers. And Jensen will come up and watch this one go out of play safely. There's a good look there by Clausen. Clausen's left foot, a little bit too strong as it flew out. Green Men gang banging on their drums in the distance, continuing to get this rhythm for the Wolverines. Green Men gang and their traditionary green uniforms. A couple of them very festive, dressed up for Halloween. Leo Fuchs trying to find Brown, instead intercepted by UNLV and kicked up the field. Last touch by Utah Valley, so it'll be a UNLV Rebel throw-in. Awaiting the whistle is Dry. Dry with a big two-handed toss. Headed up in the air by Brown for Utah Valley. Deflected, now bouncing around in the center circle. Becca Rice now for the Wolverines. Pulls it back, gives it Blake Frischneck. Frischneck to Zach Moss. Moss pulls back, goes left. Lays it off for Frischneck. Frischneck with the chip, beautiful pass to Moss. Corrals it down inside the box. And Leo Fuchs was lurking. And Betts can breathe a sigh of relief between the posts for the Rebels. Rebels win back possession. UNLV again trying to put everybody in the box. Ball still in the box for the Rebels. Dangerous look here on the outside. Played back toward the middle, kicked away by the Wolverines. UNLV wanted handball. Referee said no. He's going to try and calm down the angry Rebels. Trying to plead his case there in your screen, Jake Meekum. Felix was there to kick it away. Moss has it. Flag stays down. Looking for Vasquez. Vasquez missed touch. And a foul called against Vasquez in the box. It does, on another look on that replay, Alec Felix does look like it shanked off his arm and around his elbow. It's the referee's decision to call whether or not that was within the vicinity of his body or whether or not he did extend it. But no VAR here in the WAC conference or in Division I soccer. Can't go back and replay that. Utah Valley will escape with one. And Leo Fuchs gets a card. Leo Fuchs, who came in from the slide tackle and kicked the ball halfway across the pitch, gets called for taking the body out. As we take another look at it, Fuchs gets the ball, then the body. Needless to say, both teams very frustrated. Brown heads it up in the air again for the Wolverines, headed back down on the ground by the Rebels.
Yellow card caution. This is the Wolverines number 30, Leo Fuchs.
Blake Frischneck takes it away for Utah Valley. Felix. Now Becca Rice has it. Moss trying to go around his defender. Taken away by the Rebels. '56 minute here at Clyde Field in Orem, Utah, on the campus of Utah Valley University. Happy Halloween. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Halloween evening on the WAC Digital Network and UVU TV. Utah Valley's 2 goals coming in the 5th minute from Luis Garza off of an assist by Mark Brown and Blake Frischneck. And the second goal, a one-timer from Zach Moss off the assist from Leo Fuchs. For UNLV, trying to cut the deficit in half. There's a shot deflected. And the referee blows his whistle. He's going to come over and make sure that Ahmed Longmire is okay. I know they hit his body very hard. Not sure where exactly, maybe in the chest, stomach area. But it's going to be a free kick for the Rebels as we take another look at it here. There's the windup, there's the shot, and they're going to call, looks like a handball against Utah Valley, deflected off of Longmire, and then went right off his chest into his arm. So a free kick just outside of the box here. UNLV looking to cut this deficit in half. Jensen trying to keep his shutout intact. Mellish looking for goal number 10 in the WAC leading. Mellish puts it through! Mellish finds goal number 10 on the season and gets a goal back for the Rebels. 2-1 in the 58th.
Rebels goal scorer number 18, Mellish.
Take another look at it here. Mellish right through the gap in the side netting. Jensen, by the time he saw it, could do nothing. And we got ourselves a brand new ball game here in the 58th. As a competitor, we'll see how Blake Frischneck responds. As Leo Fuchs pulls it back for the Wolverines. Now Becca Rice outside of the box. And speaking of Frischneck, has a collision with his teammate. Frischneck trying to swing this one down back to Leo Fuchs as Fuchs watches out go out of play. Blake Frischneck, who came into this match tied with Melish for the WAC leading goal tally of 9, now sits in second place as Melish, after that free kick beauty, all alone with 10. First to double digits on the season for the WAC. And a blunderous hit there by UNLV. Marco Gonzalez, as soon as he kicked that ball, put both hands on top of his head. And he immediately regretted that decision. But that gives way for Utah Valley now with a corner kick.
Wolverine corner.
Zach Moss awaits the corner. This one swung in. Betts will touch it, almost like an alley-oop. Grabbed it and tossed it over the top of the crossbar. And Moss will get his more steps in as he switches up the pitch. Take another look at it. Betts sizes it up and gracefully taps it over. Solid volleyball play there. Nice dump. I wonder if Betts ever played over in Germany. Betts directing traffic now. 2-1 Wolverines. Swing this one with Zach Moss. Nothing threatening there by the Wolverines. Now here comes UNLV in a full sprint outbreak here. Big speed burst by Tyler Allen. Tyler Allen gets past the Utah Valley's defense, lays this one off. Alec Felix steps in front to disarm the counterattack. And the Rebels again showing how dangerous they can be. Luis Garza and Luis Vargas.
Substitutions, number 30, Leo Fuchs, number 11.
Now checking into the match for the Wolverines as we hit the hour mark. 30 minutes left in regulation here on Halloween. We promised you no tricks, but we do have some treats. Right now, 3 of them. 3 goals, 3 beautiful goals on the evening. And could there be more? Zaire Vasquez steps off, along with Leo Fuchs for Utah Valley. Frischneck with the header down. Gets past Zach Moss, then Felix comes in. Now UNLV again with a renewed swagger about them after that Melish free kick goal in the 55th. And UNLV again just tacking on opportunity after opportunity to tie this one back up here. The last 6 minutes have been all Rebels. 62nd minute. Rebels setting up the corner. In swinger. Beautiful back heel click off the side post. Ball bouncing around like a pinball inside the box. Still alive. Somehow Utah Valley was able to clear it out. My goodness. Garza watches that one go out of play as UNLV gets it quickly back into play. Marco Gonzalez quickly throws it back in for the Rebels. Trying to chip this one in toward the outside. Mitch Jensen with a huge swat. Gets it right back to himself, kicks it upfield, looking for Zaire Vasquez in full sprint. Even though Utah Valley has a 2-1 lead right now, it still feels as though they're trailing with the swagger and the attacking poise right now of UNLV. Momentum has definitely switched. Becca Rice lays it off for Garza. Garza, the goal scorer in the 5th. White with the header. Finds Moss. Vargas pulls it back. Vasquez. Now Moss again. Vargas. Vargas goes down with the push from behind, and they're going to call a foul against UNLV. I believe this foul will go against Brian Martinez Serrano. Gonna look at it. Martinez Serrano. Nope, I beg your pardon. That one will go against Jake Meekum. Free kick opportunity here for the Wolverines. Zach Moss stands behind the ball. 64th minute. Moss awaits the whistle. Here's a delivery from Moss. And this one goes well wide and out of play. And Betts gets it right back in play. Gets it started very quickly.
Double substitution.
McKay Eves came onto the pitch at just the right moment, disallowing Betts to get that counter started. So McKay Eves comes in for Becca Rice. Coming off the pitch is John Lynham. Stepping on the pitch is Skylar Gu for UNLV. Again, 65th minute intensity has been turned up over the last 10. The momentum shifted when UNLV's free kick went into the back of the net, courtesy of Mellish, his 10th and WAC leading on the season. Nice layout ball there inside the box. Here's Moss, just off the side netting. Moss had a perfect opportunity to make it 3-1. You see the disappointment on his face.
Yellow card caution issued to the
Push that one just wide right. Here's another look at it. All alone inside the box. Betts making himself just big enough. Nice meg there from Moss. Creates his space and just pushes it wide right.
Billy, take it inside. Take it inside, Billy. Take it across. Take it across.
66th minute, Utah Valley again on top still, 2-1. Intensity being turned up another notch. Last 10 minutes, if this was a boxing match, you would argue would go in favor of UNLV, the Rebels. And then Utah Valley just barely there with that Zach Moss look, sneaking in through the back door left open by the Rebels. Rebels trying to make sure that that back door is locked as they try to creep in Utah Valley's front door. Trying to tie this one up. Here's UNLV inside the box. And a miss hit there, cradled safely by Jensen. Martinez Serrano wishes he would have had that one back. Trying to attempt a one-timer like Zach Moss. This one headed up in the air by UNLV. Now Caleb White with it for the Wolverines, right at midfield. Lays it off for Alec Felix. Felix to Vasquez. Excuse me, now Vargas. Vargas with it down the end line, trying to shake and bake a defender. Taken away, great anticipation by the Rebels. 67th minute, halfway through. And Moss coming in from behind with his eyes in the air with the header, gets called for the foul. And the referee has a card in his left hand. As soon as Zach Moss gets up, card is shown against Jake Meekum. So they're going to call a foul against UNLV. Referee pointed in favor of UNLV. And I'm not the only one confused. You can hear the UNLV bench who was confused too.
The Rebels, number 2.
You see the foul there in the replay box. And Zach Moss with another free kick opportunity for the Wolverines. Moss chips this one in. Caleb White was there at the near post. Nothing threatening. '67th minute. Betts outside of his box. Headed down by Brown. Garza with it. And Brown lets it go out of play. Last touch by the Rebels. Brown to Frischnecht, who takes it out of the air. Frischnecht is pushed from behind, lays it off. Here's Utah Valley in the box. Vargas over the top.
I'll talk to him. Let's go, Tyler. Look for the ball, Tyler.
UNLV. 68th minute, now 69th. Just a hair over 20 minutes left in regulation. Now on the near side are the Rebels. Played it toward the box, kicked away by Utah Valley. Chested down in front of him is James Dyer. Dry. That one last touch by Clausen. So take another look. Here's Vargas' last look. Over Betts and over the woodwork. Vargas cutting back to his right. He just missed by a few feet, if that. Beautiful bender. Trying to go upper 90. Last touched by Utah Valley. Oh, again, referees arguing. One referee was pointing one way, the other was pointing the other, eventually overridden. Now Utah Valley throw. Now Caleb White with the two-handed toss. Looking for Felix and quickly taken away by UNLV. Rebels, who have had their swagger about them over the last 10+ minutes, momentarily lost after Zach Moss almost found goal number 3 for the Wolverines a few minutes ago. And ever since then, they've been struggling to get back in sync like they were before. 71st minute. This one's shanked out of play by UNLV. Throw in coming from Brown. Goes on the ground near to Frischnecht. Trying to lay it off for somebody behind him. Nobody there. Longmire with the header back to Jensen. Jensen's goal kick headed back toward Utah Valley territory by UNLV, then headed back by Utah Valley. Utah Valley somehow was able to win that one back, courtesy of the hustle there by Garza. Garza on the ground, finds Frischnecht, who gets a toe on it to Vargas. Back to Frischnecht. Frischnecht on the ground. Couple hops in front of Betts, who scoops it up. Quickly throws it back to his team. UNLV now on the ground. Clausen on the ground again. Switching it up, going to the right-hand side of the pitch. Milish. Deflected by Utah Valley. Moss. Too far for Frischnecht. Now the Rebels in some space. Leatherman lays it off for Gu. Gu is getting grabbed and pulled. Referee says play on. Here's another opportunity here. Jensen, right place at the right time. A beautiful bending shot by UNLV, and Jensen was right there to read it. Take another look at it. Again, Milish looking for goal number 2. Milish bends it right at Jensen, who keeps it out of the net. Vargas, header, finds Frischnecht, whose pass couldn't connect. Now UNLV back running the opposite way. 74th minute. UNLV again in a dangerous spot. Zach Moss comes in to intercept. Deflected away by Vargas. Vargas switches up the field, goes to the left-hand side, and Garza. Garza, again, the goal scorer in the 5th for the Wolverines. Frischnecht, Felix, now Brown. Felix, Brown again. Eves lays this one back to Brown, who keeps it in play. Brown now to Felix. Vargas. And this one will go out of play. Throw in for the Rebels pending. A little over 15 minutes left to play in regulation. Melish. Good one-touch passing here. Now Meekum. Taken away by Eves. Vargas was looking for Frischnecht. Now the Rebels setting this one up on the outside. Kicked away from the box by Longmire. Eves now with it. Back to Brown. Vargas. Brown, Vargas again. Eves. Up the field. Nice slide tackle taken away there. And Nico Clausen. Nico Clausen fell down. And the referees continued to have discussions here with UNLV's coaching. Rich Ryerson and company have discussions with Omido Ozatpu and his staff. Mitch Jensen scoops this one up after taking a deflection off his own teammate at the back of his head. Zaire Vasquez and Becca Rice set to come back onto the pitch for Utah Valley. 76th minute here at Clyde Field. Brandon Crow with you. Happy Halloween. Thank you for letting us be a part of your Thursday evening here on UVU TV and the WAC Digital Network. Peniston John with the two-handed toss. Headed up in the air by Blake Frischknecht and headed back down looking for Moss. Zach Moss on his horse, gets shielded. Now inside the box for the Rebels, trying to clear it away for Utah Valley. Brown chested down in Rebel territory. Vargas. Vargas taken down, and a free kick coming for Utah Valley. Omida Zampu marks his territory. Rebels pleading their case here as we take another look at it. Vargas trying to split the defense and has a collision there with Billy Jones. '78th minute, Blake Frischknecht stands over the ball all alone. Frischknecht will do the honors here. Blake Frischknecht, high and over Betts. There's a great look there by Blake Frischknecht trying to go near corner in the upper 90 and push it just a little bit too far. And it's the second time in a row that Betts is trying to get the counterattack started for UNLV, but has been stopped due to substitutions. Zaire Vasquez, Becca Rice come on for Luis Garza, Zach Moss. For the Wolverines, coming onto the pitch is John Lynham. For UNLV, stepping off the pitch is James Dry.
James Dry. Checking in is number 17, John Lynham.
'79th minute, Brown's ball goes out of play, be a throw-in in front of the Utah Valley bench. Rebels looking to find the last ditch equalizer here in the final 12 minutes. Meekum gets taken away by Vargas, and Meekum quickly gets it back in play for the Rebels, headed down by Longmire. Clausen steps in front to dispossess for the Rebels. Clausen lays this one off. Good passing here as Mellish now has it for the Rebels. Mellish, who already has his WAC leading 10th goal on the season. Lone goal of the match for the Rebels. Clausen lays it off for Mellish. Mellish with some space. Mellish gets taken down, and a foul is called against Mellish. Take another look at it. Mellish coming back. Brown trying to get there. And a collision on the field again, this time in favor of the Rebels. So back and forth we go with foul calls here.
No, they're spreading out down there now.
81st minute here at Clyde Field. Utah Valley on top 2-1. Utah Valley's goals coming in the 5th from Garza, the 40th from Moss. Mellish's goal in the 55th minute cut that Utah Valley deficit in half. Brown pulls it back. Finds Vargas. Now Brown on the ground to Becca Rice. Becca Rice, now Frischneck to his left. Frischneck back to Rice. Rice has it outside the box. Deflected, back to Felix. Felix pushing it through to Frischneck. Frischneck punched away by Betts. That was a Mach 2 missile coming right at Betts. And UNLV lives to see a counterattack. Now on the near side are the Rebels. Martinez Serrano. Martinez Serrano creating a space, tipped away by Brown. Eves pulls back the reins and gets held by Martinez Serrano. Here's another look at the missile from Frischneck. An absolute laser. Might have taken a deflection off of the back heel of a Rebel. But either way, Betts was forced to have a two-handed punch. Anywhere to the left or right, that might have been in the back. Aaron Nixon set to come in for the Wolverines as Frischneck heads this one down looking for Becca Rice. Becca Rice has it. Becca Rice tees it up. This one deflected again off of UNLV. Single digits left in regulation now. 83rd minute, about 7 minutes left to play. Mellish for the Rebels. Inside the center circle now are his teammates. Brown trying to shield for the Wolverines. Now played up is Vargas. And Brown is down. And this foul is going to go against Brian Martinez Serrano. And Brown looks like he is in some pain. And Brown reaching for some help from the referees. We take a look at it here. Not too huge of a collision, but in this cold weather, it could have been just enough to nick Brown from behind. And Brown gets a sportsmanlike handshake from Martinez Serrano. Nothing malicious. Clock was stopped. Clock will resume play as Jensen kicks the ball upfield. This time jump, there's Frischneck inside the box. Frischneck, number 10 on the season. 3-1 Utah Valley in the 83rd. You knew it was coming. Take another look at it here. Frischneck with the perfect time. Karate chops it from the air, right past Betts. And number 10 is a beauty. Another look at it from the goal cam.
Number 24 of another 13 weeks find out.
That's Blake Frischneck's first goal of the season, first goal of the game, 10th on the season. And Blake Frischneck's night is finished. Coach Moss is going to save Blake Frischneck. And that goal by Blake Frischneck sets the single season school record with still 2 more home games left. One on Saturday and then one next Saturday here. So 10 and counting for Blake Frischneck. And Frischneck's goal might have just put the nail in the coffin for the Rebels on this Halloween evening. 84th minute, about 6 minutes left to play in regulation.
Hey, face off! He's got to play it! Nobody, stop, keep it! Hey!
Brown going upfield for Utah Valley. Vasquez. And this one last touched off of Utah Valley, be a throw in for UNLV. '85th minute now. Betts on the ground. So Mellish quickly took the WAC leading goal in the 50th minute, making that the WAC leading 10th on the season. And a dangerous look there by UNLV. Caught Jensen. And Blake Frischnecht responds with number 10 of his own. So again, another tie. Mellish and Frischnecht both with 10 apiece on the season, leading the WAC. And Blake Frischnecht setting a school record for a single season with 2 games left to play. Longmire on the ground to Leo Fuchs. Brown. Header by Nixon, back to Becca Rice. Rice being pestered from behind. And a foul called against the Rebels. Leatherman, the guilty party. Another substitution, this time Aiden Dayton coming into the match for the Wolverines, and we'll see who he is coming in for. And he'll come in for Mark Brown.
Wolverine substitution, number 20, Mark Brown. Checking in, number 21, Aiden Dayton.
So free kick just on the Rebel side of the pitch at midfield, headed by Leo Fuchs. Peniston John steps in front to take it back for the Wolverines. Zaire Vasquez. Last touch by the Rebels. Rebels now with a great counterattack. Felix coming from behind. And the flag is up. Yellow card being charged against Alec Felix. And the Rebels are going down swinging.
The Wolverines, number 5, Alec Felix.
87th minute. A free kick again just outside the box. You'd have to assume Mellish would take it again. So the referee records the booking.
Becca, in! Come on, you're marking, Becca, get in!
And Omiro Zadpu marks the territory. Nico Klaassen all alone. Mellish right now currently sits on top of the box, just past the half circle. 2 hands on his stomach, and he's bending down. As you see right there toward the middle of your screen, and he looks like he's in some discomfort. Again, Mellish unmarked at the top of the box. Klaassen swings this one in, headed away by Utah Valley. Back to Klaassen on the ground. Leo Fuchs gets a foot on it to kick it out of play. And this one kicked back into the box, headed just past a diving Mitch Jensen. Becca Rice now with it. Becca Rice finally kicks it upfield. They're going to say this one was last touched off of Utah Valley. Again, a foul, is called against the Wolverines. Free kick taken very quickly by UNLV. Wolverines and Rebels jostling for position inside the box. The Wolverines come away, no foul call against them. Betts coming all the way out from his goalkeeper spot, switches up the field, coming to the near side, and Meekum. 88th minute now, less than 2 minutes to play in regulation. Barring some sort of miracle from the Rebels, Utah Valley will look to be victorious here at home tonight. Alec Felix called for the foul. John Lynham goes down. And another whistle is called. Head official signifies he wants the clock to be stopped, allowing space for the free kick to take place. And he marks the spot where the first defender should be. It's almost deja vu here in the waning seconds of the 88th minute. Here's the ball swung in, headed up in the air by Peniston John for Utah Valley, finally corralled by Jensen. Jensen's kick high in the air, looking for Fuchs. Fuchs trying to win position. Fuchs does win position. And Fuchs will go to the corner and get jumped on from behind. Foul's called against the Rebels, and a free kick as the clock continues to tick. 90 seconds left in regulation. .65 seconds left in regulation. The Wolverines elect just to sit in the corner. Finally kicked out of play by Utah Valley, and Betts gets it started quickly for the Rebels. And a foul called against Utah Valley, this time against Becca Rice. Continuing to halt the progression of the Rebels. Zaire Vasquez with it for Utah Valley. Vasquez lays it off to Nixon. Nixon lays this off to Becca Rice in the corner. And Rice gets dispossessed. Corner kick awarded to Utah Valley. Final 10 seconds. And Utah Valley will just let the clock ride out. So Utah Valley comes away victorious 3-1 on Halloween night, and they improve their WAC conference record to 6-3-0. 2 more home games remain in the final 2 weeks of conference play for the Wolverines. Again, your goal scorers on the evening for Utah Valley: Luis Garza in the 5th, Zach Moss in the 40th, and then Blake Frischneck's 10th on the season that ties Mellish. Blake Frischneck's goal coming in the 83rd. Mellish had his 10th goal on the season in the 55th. The final score here in Orem, Utah. Utah Valley victorious 3-1 over the Rebels of UNLV. For all of our hardworking staff and crew behind the scenes, Josh Weber, our producer and director in studio, his camera crew braving the elements tonight. I'm Brandon Crow, saying thank you again for letting us be a part of your Thursday evening, this Halloween evening here in Orem, Utah, Clyde Field. Utah Valley is victorious on top of the Rebels of UNLV, 3-1, the final score. We'll get set to redo this again on Saturday. The Wolverines will against Grand Canyon. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay safe.